welcome. And if you don't know already, my name is Tamika. I'm the owner of the Sunny Travelers. But today I have a little special video highlighting one of my amazing advisors at TST. Now, a little bit of background on Sarah. Sarah is an amazing person in and out. She lives in the beautiful state of Wyoming. She enjoys nature, all things natures, but above all, she is an Alaskan expert. And when I say an expert, I mean, let me tell you a little bit. So, first of all, when we were on some of our mock calls, and this is what I do with all of my travel advisors, that we have ongoing training for them. But when we were doing one of our mock calls, Sarah just blew my mind. This lady has not only have the experience about Alaskan and Nordic travel, but she also loves and enjoys researching. So some of the stuff that she was saying, I was like, oh my God, I just learned some stuff. I had to take some notes myself. But I can go on and on about Sarah and all of my other amazing travel advisors as well. But today we are going to highlight Sarah. I want you to get to know Sarah. Hopefully, she is someone that resonates with you, that you would want to plan travel with. I think if I wasn't a travel agency owner, she would probably be planning my cruises. So that says a lot. So without further ado, let's welcome Sarah.
Hi, I'm
Yay!
Sarah. Thank you, Tamika, for that great introduction. I'm flattered.
Yes, yes, and I mean every word of it.
Thank you.
So, first things first, let's get down to the nitty gritty. One of the things that I strive for with TST is that not only do we want to change the way people travel, and we do that by doing education, teaching them about things that maybe necessarily if they can't just find on the internet. We have firsthand experience. But one of the things that we absolutely love, or when I'm looking for travel advisors to work with TST, is I want to find out what their why is. So I would say to you, Sarah, why is travel important?
Well, for me, travel is important. I have two core reasons for it. One of them has to do with the pandemic from a few years ago. Um, Even though we are part of with social media and the internet and the whole world is connected and we have this global community, I feel like people really got locked away and they kind of caved in on themselves and just wanted to stay home and be alone and we kind of lost touch with the rest of the world and with each other. And for me, travel is a way to become part of the global community again, to meet new people and get new experiences and really just, I mean, it's part of human nature to be together with other people. We're herd animals. We're not meant to be alone. And the other thing about travel for me is a few years ago, Cornell did a study, a 20-year study on what people spend their money on and what actually makes people happy. And what they discovered is that things do not make people happy. Which, when you're sitting at home by yourself, like during a global pandemic, that's kind of what you've got is your things. Hopefully, you have some family with you, but for a lot of people, that wasn't the case. And what they discovered was that experiences are what make us happy. Travel and going to shows and being with other people and enjoying that time. And they discovered that, that experience becomes part of our identity. Things are always detached from us, whereas experiences become a part of us and who we are as people and make us grow and learn and be happier. And another big thing they discovered too was that one of the best parts about travel and experience was the anticipation leading up to it. So starting to, getting this idea in my head that this is where I want to go and this is where I want to take my family or my husband. And then doing all the things and thinking about it and coming up with all of that was just so exciting for me that I even like doing it for other people.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. I totally agree with you on so many levels about, I truly, truly believe that we're not meant to do life by ourselves. We do need we need those interactions, whether it be spouses, families, friend, whatever that is, or whatever how that looks to you, we need that. And traveling is one of those things that when you do together, it's just something magical, because it not only changes your, and I say this all the time, it not only changes your physical views, but it also changes your views mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So it has so many good qualities and good benefits into traveling. So that is really, really good. I totally, totally agree. Now, I know for you, this is your first experience as being a travel advisor. However, like any other person that is a mom, that is probably um, some type of like matriarch of the family, we carry and we do many things. So even though you may have not officially been a travel advisor in the past, I know that you've been a travel advisor probably since the beginning. Like me, I started doing traveling and planning traveling when I was like in high school. And this was not just like my friends, this is with family and helping to organize different events at the church I attended. But I would say for you, why did you choose to go into this field of travel?
Well, it's like you said, Tamika. I almost wish, because I have been doing this pretty much my whole life anyway, and I wish I had clicked sooner that this could be, the ideal career for me. But what actually happened was, a little over a year ago, my husband and I were getting ready to plan a 20th anniversary trip, a big list trip for us that we were saving up for and wanted to do all the things. And we really wanted to take a cruise or a trip to Alaska. And it just seemed overwhelming to me because I didn't know anything about Alaska and I didn't know much about cruising. We had done one 20 years ago that we loved, but we hadn't done it since then. And I got on the internet and looked at everything and I'm like, oh, this is so much. I didn't know which cruise line to take or any of that. So for me, actually, it was a mentor type experience with another local travel agent. And it wasn't just that she knew the cruise lines and she understood what we needed and listened to me, but it was also that during that time, there was a mistake made and kind of a bad experience with our cruise booking, and we discovered that they had changed our room even though we didn't want to be on the other side of the ship, different things like that. So it was kind of a bad experience and oh no. And what really sold me on a travel advisor and on the amazing person that she was that she went above and beyond and spent just absolute weeks making sure that we got back into the room we wanted and that we had the trip that we wanted. And she even checked to make sure that they didn't change anything when we got there. And she said if they did, she would call them again. She was an advocate for us. And that was just such a relief. So it was actually a bad experience that the travel advisor was able to make into a good experience that made me realize that I would like to do this for people.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. A lot of times adversities they bring out a certain part in you, and a little more self-discovery, like, oh, I like this, or I don't like this, or I need to consider doing this. So that is awesome. And one thing that I want to touch on is when you said about the advocate, being an advocate for your client. Now, I think that's what really separates hiring a travel advisor versus booking travel yourself. Now, I will say that having a travel advisor is not for everybody. It really isn't. It is for certain people that want that type of assistance and want that type of help. But hands down, having a skilled travel advisor that is knowledgeable, that will go to bat for you is priceless, especially when you are dealing with certain situations that you either don't know, you don't have the access to either the right people to contact, or you just don't have the time. I mean, Like for instance, it's not uncommon for me as a travel advisor to spend hours on the phone for a client to change certain things, or to have certain accommodations that they may need, and to verify and make sure that they have those things. Those That type and that level of detail and advocacy for your clients, you just cannot get that through a google.com. I'm sorry, you just can't. So I always say that people that value their vacation not only as just a vacation, but an investment. I mean, you're spending your money on this probably as a bucket list travel. And I would always say that you always need to have that extra layer of security, that extra layer of, you know, when you can't do something, you have somebody there that can. And that's why one of the reasons why you should consider working with a travel advisor. Now, and this leads me to my next question. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Oh, travel advisors, they charge this, or no, you don't want to go this time of the year to this place, or you book your vacations on this certain day. All these misconceptions about travel that we hear. Is travel still a thing? Are travel advisors still a thing? Yes, yes, they are.
Right.
But for you, Sarah, what would you say? What was the biggest misconception that you had about travel that you now know is complete bogus?
Okay. So for me specifically, especially since one of my specialties is cruising and I love cruising so much, is I hear people all the time saying that cruise ships are for old people. I'm not old and I've been on a cruise ship, and that they're for gamblers. They're just for old people who want to go gamble. And you hear it all the time. I would not believe how many people think that, especially with cruise lines like Disney and Virgin out there. But the fact of the matter is cruising is for everyone. It is one of the best ways to travel. It tends to be slightly more affordable if you're on a tighter budget. But not just that, you basically you can take your whole family. They have connecting rooms, they have big rooms. There's so many things to do on the different ships. And there is a cruise line for everyone. Everything from Disney to Royal Caribbean, Virgin, which is just for adults. There's river cruises. And it's basically you can go so many places and see so many more things than you could on a land tour, and you just take your hotel with you.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. And let me just repeat this because I want the people in the back to hear this. There is a cruise for everyone, whether you have certain disabilities,
Yeah.
if you have a specific, let's say, an interest, whether it be, you know, some type of special cruise that you want to go on, family cruising. They even have only adult cruising, river luxury cruising. There is a cruise, when I say for everyone, and a cruise that will fit everyone's budget. I am not exaggerating. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. And which kind of brings me to my next question as well, because you enjoy cruising and you enjoy Alaska and Nordic travel and romance travel, all of that. What would you say would be your idea type of clients that usually come to you for help or for your services?
Okay. So, my ideal client is actually somebody fairly similar to myself. They're going to be kind of the matriarch of the family. They're going to be they're going to be the planner and the mom, and they're going to hold all the hats. They're always the chef. They're always the maid. They're always the budgeter. They're always the one paying the bills. Yes, yes. And that person, when they're ready to take a vacation or a trip, they want the trip of the lifetime, and they want somebody else to wear all the hats for a while. So they call me, and they just kind of give me an idea of which trip they want to take this time, because they're a person who wants to find a romantic trip for them and their husband up to Alaska where they can just relax and enjoy the scenery. And then maybe the next year it's time to take the kids and grandma on a trip. So they want a multi-generational trip where there's something for everybody to do. and there's going to be some fun and some learning along the way, and the kids aren't going to get bored. And the biggest thing for them is that they don't have to worry about coming up with anything. That's all been taken care of for them. And if they do have any questions, they've almost got a mom figure they can call to help them out.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. I know for all the mamas out there, I know there are some time, and even if you're not a mama, if you are that wife that stays home and whatever, but you get to a point to where you just don't want to think. You don't want to think, you don't want to plan. You just want to just go. And that's where a lot of clients, I know for myself, they come to me for as well, is that they don't want to do, even though the researching is fun and all that other stuff is fun, but when it gets down to the nitty gritty and figuring out, the transportation, all of the finding out the right type of tour to do that will accommodate everybody, to find out the logistics about, taking a plane here, how do I get here from here, what's the local spot for the best croissants or whatever the case may be. I do not want to do all that. And so, 9 times out of 10, I will solicit help because I don't want to do it. So that is a very, very good point. Um, which brings me to my next question is that at the Sunny Travelers, one of our models is that we change the way you travel. And everybody has their own definition of that works at the TST. But what is your definition, or how are you changing the way people are traveling?
For me, one of the core values is the concierge service.
Mhm.
The way I want to change travel is rather than go on Expedia and book a trip and go on it and have to make a phone call to change your flight or because you're going to be late or find a car to rent, I want to be the person that you come to, your advisor, your advocate. And from the time you call me with the idea about what you want to book until the time you return home from your trip, I want to be your advocate, your concierge to get you there. You can call me during the trip and say, "Man, we're in Ketchikan and we really want some crab. Where should we go?" And I'm going to tell you there's a crab shack right off the boat that you can go to that everybody loves.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
what I want to be,
yeah, that's amazing. And everybody needs a little good crab shack every now and then.
right?
Um, so I would say my next question would be, um, and sometimes this can be uncomfortable for us to talk about because, no one likes to brag on themselves, but I'm going to brag on my travel advisors at the TST because they are amazing and they were chosen for a reason. And I personally believe, and I know without a doubt, I got the best. So I am so happy about that. Now, for you, Sarah, why do you feel that people should choose to work with you versus booking travel on their own? Brag a little. Brag. It's okay.
Brag a little. Okay, thank you. I think the biggest thing for me, for people to choose me, is because
Mhm.
I have a passion for travel. And it's not just for myself. Every time I get into a discovery call with a client and they tell me the basics of where they want to go, I don't know what it is. I just light up. I get excited. It's like I'm going too. And even a few of those calls I've been like, "You know what? This is a trip I'm probably going to take too because it sounds fabulous."
Yes.
And I get so excited for them to travel. I want to hear all about it when they go, and for me it is I like being I like being seen as the expert.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like to be able to put myself out there and say, "I know these things and you can trust me. I'm here to help you." And I want to make your life stress-free
Yeah.
because vacations should not be about stress. They should be about relaxation and enjoyment.
Absolutely.
And my key word really is advocate. I want to be an advocate for these people on their trips.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. I always view, when you find a great travel advisor to work with, they not only become just a travel advisor, they become a extension of your experts that you know of, or that you have in your Rolodex or in your life. You know, a lot of my clients that I have booked travel with or planned travel for, they are repeat clients because we've we've we have a relationship. You know, this is something that they know that they can like and they can trust me because my first interest above all is to make sure that they are well taken care of, and that looks different for everybody. And as a travel advisor, that's why we hone in on what that looks like for that particular person. But over the years, you know, we've grown these relationships and these lasting relationships with people. You know, I've seen people the first birth of their child, or know of their first birth of their child. I mean, things that are so intimate, and that I feel so honored when I'm given either, you know, like a card with this person's birthday, or hey, I graduated from here. That just makes my heart happy, because I not only know that I'm a travel advisor and that I've been working with them, but that to me, that's how I'm changing the way people travel, is by providing them an intimate setting, or providing them a service that they just want to keep coming back to, versus having to deal with the internet and kind of not knowing what they're getting, not knowing the details and all that stuff. So that is so important. So now we are actually to the end of our interview. I can't believe that went by really quick. But I just want to ask you some quick, I call them quick fire questions. So the first one is, in 5 words or less, can you describe travel?
5 words or less.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did come up with some words. Okay. Journey, relaxation, inspiration, anticipation, and memories.
Ooh, those are good, Sarah. Wow. Relaxation, memory. Oh my God, those are really good. I like those.
Thank you.
Okay, so next question is, what's one of your bucket list travels and why?
Oh, that's easy. I would like to go to Lapland, Finland, and stay in one of the glass igloos and see the beautiful, amazing northern lights.
Oh wow, that's a really good one. That's right up your alley too.
Yeah,
We got to plan that, Sarah.
we're going to.
We
Yep.
have to plan it, and then we need to have people watch you on that journey. That would be amazing. Yeah, we're definitely going to work on that one, Sarah.
Yes.
All right, so the last and final one is, I want you to fill in the blanks. My name is blank, and the truth about travel is blank.
Oh, I had so much trouble with this one. I couldn't remember my own name. No, sorry. Okay.
Mom brain. No, go ahead.
My name is Sarah, and travel is worth it.
Okay, come on, Sarah. She didn't even have to give a long speech. Travel is worth it. That's what I'm talking about. See, I love that. She's not only confident in this, she's confident in her planning and all of that stuff. But oh my God, that's really good. All right, so that concludes the end of our video. But what I want to ask is, first of all, where could people find you? What are your social media handles where they can find you at?
So you can find me on Facebook, and you just search for Sarah with the Sunny Travelers, or at Sarah with the Sunny Travelers. And then on Instagram, I have Sarah Mooney underscore travel advisor. Or you can also look on that one, you can look at Sarah with TST. My email address is Sarah at the Sunny Travelers. And I am working on a YouTube channel as well. There's only one video on there so far. But my at on that one is also at Sarah with TST.
Awesome. So
Those are the
you
only
heard
ones
it
I have
first.
so far.
Okay, that's all right. We only need the ones that resonates with you, so that's good. That was amazing. Um, I want to personally thank you, Sarah. I want to thank you for being a part of this team. I know that the future is very bright, very sunny with you. And I know that you not only have amazing clients now, but you will have even more amazing clients. So, if you have not already, make sure that you like and you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you go over and follow Sarah if she resonates with you as well. I'll make sure I leave all of her handles down in the description of this video. Until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love, lots of joy, and lots of sunny travels. Bye.